I think we always wanted with Nigel to be 3 position. And, so Žalgiris was like this, again, another guy with absolutely mad work ethic. Once you have this work ethic, we were kind of on the path for the 3 position all the time, and we wanted to get bigger. And I brought him in Žalgiris because he's one of the top players in the lower leagues. Then again, a great human side, good teammate, great work ethic. So the base is already there. In Barcelona, he was actually my last signing. We needed a big 3 next to Nikola Mirotic, kind of to a little bit of the contrast. So offensively, he could not really showcase. I mean, the ball was going through a lot of other players. It was going through Kalates, it was going through Brandon Davis, it was going through Nicolás Laprovíttola at this point. Corey Higgins was there. I mean, so Nigel was kind of like, his role was kind of like defensive player and so on. And then he came to Fenerbahce with Coach Itoudis, it was constantly 4 position, and he started scoring, a lot more, playing majority of the minutes at the 4, playing huge minutes at the 4 because he can do that. And he's just the guy that every year he added something to his game because of his work ethic. Now his confidence is through the roof. He knows he's one of the best in Europe. He knows he can score. And he's another guy that impacts the game with a lot of different things. I mean, he's starting to be better as a leader. He's starting, to understand what the team needs him to do in certain situations to win the game, not just scoring. Yeah, but as far as scoring goes, I think it was mainly Coach Itoudis that, brought him as a 4 position, and he really started to score. But credit to Nigel, like I said, every game, every year he adds something to his game. I remember reading Nigel said that I told Charters that I'm going for maybe. Something rings a bell, but a little bit foggy. We came out, and Alba started playing zone. They left him, a couple times so open. I mean, he was like, pam, pam, pam. I was like, whoa, he's already at 20, something like this. But, it doesn't even enter my head that, okay, he's at 20, he's gonna go for 60. It doesn't work that way, you know what I mean? But like, slowly, like, yeah, and then at this point, we had a comfortable lead, so we could, we could play with that. At first, we wanted to break the Fenerbahce record, then we did. Then I subbed him out, and then I told him, you want to go back in? He was like, yeah. He said, I want to go, Yeah, so he came in, and he got a couple more baskets, and the rest is history. Look, the thing about Nico is that one of the things we joke, and we joke with our staff in Barcelona, is that this guy wakes up and it's 20 points. It's that simple for him. I mean, he wakes up and he, in Spanish you have these phrases of, se le cae los puntos de las manos, no? He wakes up and it's 20 points. It's that simple. For him, it's so easy to score 20 points, to take 8 rebounds, that he doesn't need a coach, he doesn't need a system. The question was always with him, how do you impact the game? 20 points and 8 rebounds, it doesn't really matter if you don't influence the game. So, we're trying to try to get him to influence the game, to play it a little bit more simple. I was telling him also, stop worrying about your scoring, because in just 3 or 4 minutes, you can have 12 points very easily. Try to impact the game, play the right way, double team comes, get rid of the ball, make your teammates better, because that's the only way. So, again, it takes time and stuff like this, but in the first year, I remember by second part of the season, he was a total team player. He was really, understanding how to play. He was understanding the importance of the thing. And then these great players, they need to show up in the last 5 minutes. I mean, like I said, so, they need to decide the games. Obviously, he was our go-to guy. We tried to go, but for me, the difference with him, or what we tried to do over the years with him, is not that you need to score 20 points. I mean, you can score 20 points so easy, it's crazy. But just influence the game, play the right way, get rid of the ball, rebound the ball, play defense, all the things that make the team win. And, over the years, we were one of the top teams in the EuroLeague. Like again, another guy that you can tell was hungry, you can tell. But for the 5 position, one of the first moves he did was he took the ball in the 3-point line on the top of the key. He went 2 dribbles left. He started going step back 3-pointer, and he made it. Like I said, for the 5 position player, is not normal, these type of things. So it's like exactly like the other example we just gave you. Like, you know, he was running around the court helping everybody. I mean, the energy was crazy. He was going and doing a run and jump. He was coming back. He was going into the double team on the pick and roll. Then some kind of post up. Again, he was going double team. So he was, again, another player that you can tell really, really wanted the skill set, you know, and the desire. He came and exactly like my things with Vasilje Micic. He wanted everything so much, so fast. And again, you need to calm down. You need to build this consistency, these work habits. And another guy that was coming in at night to shoot extra, always shooting at the end of the practices. The weightlifting was there. I mean, we had 1 year together, you know, and another was very smart mentality by the agent, by the way, which is extremely important. Agent not wanting quick money. Agent was willing to leave Brandon with us 1 more year because he understood that he's going to be the main player. You know, he's going to be there improving more and getting, how to say, you know, a little bit of the hard coaching with us. Was really smart move. It was great for Žalgiris that Brandon Davis said, but the second year with us, I mean, he came from the Champions League team or from lower level to being, you know, voted the best center in the EuroLeague. And like I said, so it takes a lot of smart decisions and understanding it doesn't take overnight, and not everybody is willing to do it. A lot of people jumping at the first opportunity, but in general, like all the guys, they don't have the patience to continue with the process. Like, you know, a lot of now is cliche words. You say, trust the process. People want fast money. People want fast situations. It's almost impossible to have that. So another guy that had the patience. Then after 2 years, it was clear that the whole Europe wanted him. You know, he chose, you know, life-changing deal with Barcelona, and, you know, so another guy that came in, worked, paid his dues. So a lot of the logical things in the process. Well, I always liked Lapro so much. So again, first of all, when you do this, you check out. I mean, I'm big on the human side. You know, I'm signing people. I'm not signing players, first of all. So, you know, a lot of, I was around him a lot, you know, he was in Lietuvos Rytas, you know, when I was in Žalgiris, and everybody was talking very good about the person, the work ethic, and then, you know, then he has great season with Peña, you know, he goes and he's around the NBA for a while, you know, obviously the Argentina national team is doing good. I just thought he was dribbling the ball too much, always when he was playing point guard, you know, I like the ball movement a lot, I like the player movement. I want, you know, sharing of the ball a lot, and I thought he was dribbling. So I thought, you know, if I have the big point guard, he can easily go play 2 position, and I thought that he will not dribble the ball so much, but he could just make the same decisions then. It's different story with him from Brandon, let's say, and Vasilje Micic, because he came in 100% maturity years. You know, and he came after disappointing season in Madrid, kind of, and he probably was hungry, you know. So the fact is that he was playing over the years with the big, you know, point guard Kalafis and you know, Satoransky, you know, it was just gave the huge balance on the team, and I thought that he could go and be an executor for the, you know, from the 2 guard position. He could still create the game. You know, he could still shoot, you know, as many balls and make as they would leave it to him. Yeah, I thought he was just, the thing I didn't like about him always that he dribbled the ball so much. So from the 2 guard position, he didn't have to do that a lot. And I thought it was I thought it was fantastic fit, and he accepted the role until, he's one of the best players in Europe. There's a lot of interesting stories with Vasa. To tell you the truth, when Leo Westerman left, Miško Raznjatović called me and he said, don't be sad, because Leo was one of my favorites. He said, don't be sad, and I have somebody that possibly can be even better. I was like, okay. At this point, I was really sad that Leo is leaving. He was kind of the brain of the team at this point, and then Vasa came in, and Vasa had incredible skill set. At the beginning, he didn't exactly know how to run the team. He was young, and like a lot of the young players, I remember one of the best story early in the season. One of my assistant coaches is talking to Vasa, and then he's coming to me laughing a little bit, and he said, Vasa is disappointed in you. And I said, well, why he's disappointed in me? He said, because it's December, and he thought that you will teach him some tricks by now. And I was like, oh, what are the tricks? He's like, no, I don't know. You tell me, like my assistant was saying, you tell me, but, Vasa is expecting the tricks. Okay, so I kind of left the story alone, but I think probably at this point, Vasa didn't understand that the tricks is the consistency, is working every day, is doing the same things all over again until these things are in your blood, and you got to do these things when you wake up 8 o'clock in the morning automatically, and basically this is like the young mentality. But the skill set is always there, so he just needed time. He was wild, but he wanted to listen, and this was one of the biggest things that I think one of the biggest things that we will talk about it, the 5 players that you mentioned. As a coach, you can want to improve them. I mean, I'm treating all my players the same. I want them improve. Whatever I see wrong, I will tell them immediately. I'm not shy. Sometimes there's conflict, but these 5 players, they really wanted to improve. So if you have a player that doesn't want to improve, you will never improve him as a coach, no matter how good or bad you are as a coach. I mean, it's totally up to player. And as coaches, we say, does this guy want it or does this guy doesn't want it? Vasa, for example, in his case, he wanted so much, so quickly, that a lot of times it got the worst out of him. He would come into the court and will do, incredible things one game, and the next day he will come and do incredibly bad things. That inconsistency of the young player was there. But he really wanted always. He was constantly in the gym after shooting. He can talk basketball 24 hours. This guy, he loves it. So it was just a matter of time. But, all the young guys, they want it quick, and they believe that it exists something that the coach can tell you magical. No, the best coaches are instilling in you the consistent work, and then, of course, you have to deal with the things that is your system and your philosophy, and more or less, and what you try to do each game and build the right habits. And then, like I said, it becomes automatic. Yeah, but I remember the story. He wanted tricks. I said, the trick is how you prepare the pick and roll. The trick is there. The trick is the most simple things. If you see 2 players against you, to get rid of the ball. If you see the 5 position player, for example, playing very deep, to play until 5 position, play deep. And this is a situation with Vasa. But the work ethic and the talent and the desire, it's always there. When it meets these things, it's 95% of the time is going to work out. Now, I didn't expect Vasa to be such a superstar in 1 year after me. I thought it will take him 2 or 3 years. I mean, he exploded fast, really fast. So once again, going back to the 5 players that we spoke about, it's just incredible work ethic. Everybody's extremely hungry. They really want it. Obviously, you have to have talent, and all these guys did, but in some cases, just how you get there is a little bit different.